What it do, what it is, and what's good, YouTube, and welcome back to Matt the Sports Beard. Yes, we're doing something different. I don't know the name of what we're doing, but we'll call it Talking Sports Episode 1 for right now. Yeah, I'm all sportscasted out, but I was thinking it'd be funny, and it kind of is funny, but this isn't ESPN. I'm not Kenny Mayne, so watch the intro and stay tuned while I go change. Guys, thanks for staying tuned. Changed out of the sportscaster gear. Like I said, this is not ESPN. We're gonna have some fun, and we don't have an agenda here. Not sure of the exact name yet. I got a few rolling around in my head, but we're just gonna call this one probably Talking Sports Episode 1. If the title's different, then that means I changed the name and I came up with something a little bit better. I'm just trying to think it through. It's just been a few days since I've been doing it. But in the first video, we're going to give my thoughts on the Rob Gronkowski coming out of retirement. We're going to talk about the NFL draft, some of the winners and some of the ones I think didn't do so well. And I got some first round talent thoughts and where they went and stuff, and who I think won in certain draft things. And then we'll also talk about right now future videos. I like to do something where I talk about, if there is an NFL season, I like to talk about my projections for each team going through the records. I'm not going to go through who they win and lose to, but I'll say, for example, the Eagles are going to go 9-7, and then I'll say a couple big games and whatnot, and then we'll go through that. And my division winners, I like to do a video talking about Michael Jordan's The Last Dance that comes on ESPN. Episode 3 and 4 actually comes out tonight. I'm filming this on Sunday, and it will be coming out on Monday or Tuesday. So Episode 3 and 4 comes tonight. I like to do something like that. I also have a plan. I like to do a live stream and either get everyone in there asking questions about sports. We'll all talk about sports and beards or whatever else you guys want to talk about. Another thing is, over on my Instagram, I'll put it right here. It's Matt the Sports Beard. Same thing as the channel. I'm going to do a poll or a question, something where people send in questions or topics that they want me to talk about different sports players, teams, leagues, so on and so forth, like playoff predictions, so on and so forth. But that's down the road. I got plans for this. I'm just trying to make this channel something different, and being the sports beard as I am, this is incorporating sports with it, not just sports beard of the day. This is going to be talking about in-length sports. These are my opinions. I'm not an expert, I like to think I know a good amount about sports and different teams and different players. Boston sports, you guys all know, big fan. So I like to think I know a lot about them, but I like to break down different things and my thoughts and stuff. I have my backup phone here, recording with my real phone. I mean my active phone. This is my old iPhone 7. So I have, for me to go through all of the draft, all 7 rounds and all teams isn't going to happen. I have some thoughts on different players and different teams. I have some grades here from NFL.com. I'm just going to look through a couple of them and be like, this is why I think they did this, this, and this, so on and so forth. So thanks for staying tuned. Make sure you subscribe. And now we're going to get into this. Number 1 was Joe Burrow. You couldn't have gone wrong with that. Dude was an absolute stud last year in college football, and it was great. Can't beat it. But if we're talking about the Bengals here, I know they went with a wide receiver after Joe Burrow's, T. Higgins, and that's the guy I believe that he worked out with at the combine, was his roommate, is what I think ESPN, I heard them say. They also boosted up that defense with some good linebackers and defensive ends, and then they finish it off with an offensive tackle, which is good to get that line going. I think the Bengals could be sneaky decent next year. So another one is Chase Young. Number 2 went overall. Chase Young is a really great college player. Is he gonna bring that to the NFL? If possible. That defense for Washington that front 7 has always been pretty decent. It's the back that they need to worry about. Chase Young, I think, will be a good NFL player. The question is, will he be great? And I think the Redskins might be pretty good. I'm scrolling here. I know I saw this morning that they signed undrafted tight end Randy Moss's kid, Thaddeus, or however you say his name. And I'm going to mispronounce names left and right here, guys. If you want, go ahead and fix that for me in the comments. Moss's kid, the tight end from LSU. I wanted the Patriots to get him. They drafted 2 instead. but I think he's going to be good, especially since Jordan Reed is always hurt. I don't even know if the dude is still playing, and that's going to be a sneaky good. But they got a lot of other things. They filled out their running back, their offensive tackle, and some more defense, especially the safety position. We're going to talk about Lions here, and I think the Lions did really good in that draft. Hold on, let me get to them here. First and foremost, they got that lockdown corner, Jeff Okundo, I think was his name. I think that's how you say his name. Where is he? Right here, Jeff Okundo, number 3 from Ohio State. They got rid of, what's his name, Slay, I believe. They brought in Trufant. They got the other lockdown corner, and Jeff is a lockdown corner who I think will be a Pro Bowl caliber corner. If not this year, going into his second year. And with Matt Patricia and his schemes, yes, Patricia has had a rough go starting out with the Lions, but I think with this defense, because they added the linebackers, they also added DeAndre Swift at running back, but they added some good defensive depth there, defensive end and tackle, and with going with Jeff Okundo, that defense is going to be legit in my opinion. Now, we're going to be talking about the New York Football Giants real quick. They went after the right position, in my opinion. They went after an offensive lineman, which is what they should have done. But they went after Andrew Thomas, and I think they should have went either after, what's the dude's name? Jedrick Wills from Alabama, I believe. And he's a lot better in my opinion. And I think he would have fit that agenda over there in the Giants a lot better. So yes, they went after the right position, especially with what's the dude's name? Danny, I don't know his name. I know his nickname's like Danny Dimes or something, the quarterback for the Giants. And yeah, they should have went after Wills from Alabama for sure. But they did get a steal, and they drafted him right in front of the Patriots. Xavier McKinney, the safety out of Alabama. I wanted him really bad, especially since he was falling. He's a top 15 pick, and they got him at, 36. That's a great steal. Now we're going to talk about one of my rivals here. We're going to talk about Miami. They drafted Tua. Look, yes, he has injury problems, but I honestly think that if he can stay healthy and they build this the right way with all the draft picks and all the cap they have, Miami could be a good team in a couple years. I don't know if they'll play Tua this year. They got Fitzpatrick. I think Fitzpatrick will start off the season if there is a season. But if they start going downhill, I think Tua will come in. But I think they might just let him get healthy, let him learn. Yes, Fitzpatrick is not the greatest quarterback, but he's a smart mind. He went to Harvard, but that's not just why. A smart football mind. He's been around the league, can give the guy some tips, and I think he could be a good quarterback to come. Chargers, I would say I have them on a winner kind of, because they got what they needed. They got a quarterback. They got Justin Herbert from where's he from? Oregon, I believe. And that's a great pick because I think they got Tyrod Taylor right now as their quarterback, and he's an average quarterback. Justin Herbert could be good. Their offense is good. Their defense is good. That's a team, a quarterback, and a couple right coaching decisions away from being a really good team. We're going to talk about Carolina. They went defensive tackle Derek Brown. Great pickup. Good player. Great pick. I think they should have went Isaiah Simmons from Clemson, because ever since they lost Luke Kuechly, linebackers are a big part, and I think he is a versatile linebacker that can guard, can rush the passer, can play that spy, can play your eyes and ears out there. He can be that guy. He's the Mike. Arizona got Isaiah Simmons. I think that's great. I think Arizona had a really good draft. And I think they're going to be a good team next year. Watch out for Arizona. Jacksonville had a good draft. They went cornerback early from Florida. C.J. Henderson, great player to pick up some of the slack of when they lost some defensive players. That's a great pickup. I think Cleveland had a really good draft. I believe, who did they get here? 1 second, guys. They got, where is it? I believe they got that offensive tackle. They did. Jedrick Willis. Jedrick, whatever his name is. from Alabama. They went safety from LSU, defense, and then they finished up their defense, got another tight end, another offensive lineman. Looking at their grades, AAA, their overall grade was an A. That's a great pickup, and I can't believe he fell that far at number 10 because he is, I believe, top 5 pick if there wasn't those 3 quarterbacks that went right off the bat and with Chase Young. Let's see, the Jets went offensive lineman, Mecca Becton, good pick. But with receivers there, after losing Robbie Anderson, I think they could have got some receivers, but I see what they're doing. They're trying to get that line for Le'Veon Bell, for Sam Darnold. Good pick, not great pick, but he'll have a good NFL career. Let's see. Oakland. I think Oakland had a pretty good draft, but they went Henry Ruggs with their pick, with CeeDee Lamb and Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy was the best wide receiver in this draft. He fell to 15. I'll get to that momentarily. I have that here. And they should have went Jerry Jeudy or CeeDee Lamb. Henry Ruggs is good, but I think Oakland had a sneaky good draft, and look for them to become up on the up. I think a lot of these teams in this division, the Raiders, the Chargers, and what's the other team? Raider, Chargers, Chiefs. Can't think of the other team. Raider, Chargers, Chiefs. Who's the other damn team? Oh, Broncos. They're all boosting up their offense to keep up with Kansas City. That's what I think they're doing. Tampa Bay had a really sneaky good draft. They went off offensive line. Great pickup to protect Brady. I'll get into my Tampa Bay thoughts momentarily. San Francisco had a good draft, except they traded. They friggin' traded. They got Trent Brown, but they traded their receiver, which leaves them only with a couple receivers. Denver was my biggest winner of this draft, honestly. They went Jerry Jeudy. I'm surprised he went there 15. That's a great pickup to go with Drew Lock, and I think he's going to be a really good quarterback. Look out for the Denver Broncos coming up next year. If there's football, I think they're going to be a really good team. They went also another receiver, then they boosted up that defense, but they definitely got some offensive weapons, some receivers, a tight end, and some offensive linemen. Great job by them. Atlanta went A.J. Terrell, quarterback out of Clemson. Good pickup, especially for that defense. It seems like their defense lets up a lot of points, and their offense gets stuck trying to come back, especially with Julio and Calvin Ridley with Matt Ryan. That seems what they always do. Cowboys, great pick. CeeDee Lamb, again, I'm surprised he went there at 17. Dallas had a really good draft, I can't even lie, especially since Trevon Diggs fell all the way to 51. Oh my God, that's a great defensive back. Great job. One of my biggest losers of this draft is the Philadelphia Eagles, with Justin Jefferson right behind him. And went literally, I think the pick after. They went with TCU wide receiver Jalen Reagor. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. And then they went Jalen Hurts. Not a bad pickup, but if you're believing in Carson Wentz, you're really going to waste a second-round pick on a quarterback that should be a starter, in my opinion. I wanted the Patriots to get him. I think Jalen Hurts can be a starter in this league. He's comparable with, I think, maybe a better arm than Lamar Jackson. So, I don't know what the Eagles are doing there. Minnesota had a great pick, Justin Jefferson, to replace Stephon Diggs. Basically, a younger, cheaper option of Stephon Diggs. Great job by the Minnesota Vikings. Saints had a good draft. They drafted some offensive line help. Now, my winners, Denver, Colts, Vikings, Chargers, just because they got what they needed in the quarterback. Eagles and Packers are my fails. The Packers, what are you doing? They went quarterback in the first round with a lot of weapons around. And then they went running back in the next round. You got Aaron Jones. You got Aaron Rodgers. Even, what's that other dude's name? They got another running back too. That's what I'm saying. Aaron Jones, I think, is on his last year of his contract. So are they not going to re-sign him? That's why they went running back? I don't know. And then with Aaron Rodgers, there was a lot of talk. This was about the same time that they drafted Aaron Rodgers to replace Brett Favre. Are they trying to do the same thing with Aaron Rodgers? Man, if so, how do you feel if you're Aaron Rodgers? I think he's got like $100 million left on his contract. play it out and then leave and then go to a division rival like Brett Favre? I don't know. But I think if I'm Aaron Rodgers, I'm a little upset. You want to win now. You're 36 years old, I believe. And your years, with all the injuries and how you play great. With all the injuries, you wonder how many years he has left. You know, he takes hits because he runs and he keeps the pocket alive and keeps plays alive, which is great. So how many years does he have left? So I'd be mad. I would have boosted up that defense and got some offensive weapons for my guy, Aaron Rodgers, who is not the greatest quarterback of all time, Stephen A. Smith. So that's about the draft. If you have any questions on draft, I can do some research. If I sit here and do a video breaking down each team and each draft pick, I'll be here for hours. We'll have a 4-hour show like the NFL draft on these nights. So now we're going to get into the big topic. The big topic that maybe 25 people have messaged me on Instagram asking, what are my thoughts on Rob Gronkowski? My thoughts. They basically got a 4th-round pick for a WWE superstar. Gronkowski wasn't coming back to play with the Patriots. He said it. I'm only going to play for Brady as my quarterback. So I don't think anyone thought he was going to come back. It was like 50-50. He had an interview with Barstool Sports saying that he was probably going to, that they had some insiders said that he'd probably come back. But he wasn't coming back to the Patriots. There's no way. And the way he did the Patriots dirty, we all love Gronk, but he did the Patriots dirty the year he retired. He waited until free agency was over and the draft and all that stuff. We missed out on Jared Cook because he wasn't sure if he was going to be the guy, and he went and signed somewhere else last offseason. So Gronk cost us that, and cost us having a wide receiver or a tight end. There's some reports from some local Boston sports radio stations that Gronk was thinking about coming back last year, and Brady told him to take a year off because Brady knew in that offseason he wasn't coming back in 2020. He wasn't coming back. He said that. I knew before the season even started. So I bet he told Gronk, just relax, heal up, take your CBD, feel better, and we're out of here. We're not going to deal with Belichick. Look, Belichick's a great guy. I know it's hard to play for him. Dude's an asshole, plain and simple. But you win. You want to win, you go to New England and you play. Gronk got tired of that. You know, he's a party guy. He's got a damn cruise after him, the Gronk cruise or whatever. I don't think there's any hard feelings between Gronk and Bill. Bill, for the Super Bowl or whatever, was at his party down in Miami. They showed Bill and Gronk there. So, disappointed that he's playing in a different uniform just because he was a Patriot legend, an NFL legend. But he wasn't playing for the Patriots, so they got a 4th-round pick for a guy that was your 24/7 WWE champion. And that's what I got to say. So, guys, comment down below what you think, who your draft winners were, whatever you want to say. Thumbs up, thumbs down, let me know either or. If you do the thumbs down, tell me why. I hope to do more videos of this. It's not going to be every week. It's not going to be every 2 weeks. We might do it once a month. I hope to do some live streams. So make sure you follow, you subscribe, turn that notification bell on. And once again, guys, thank you. Stay safe and stay bearded.